Hey, what's up? My name is Yenedy. I'm a 17-year-old filmmaker out of New York, and I'm going to be giving a really quick tutorial on how I color grade my footage in DaVinci Resolve for somebody that asked. My process is really fast and simple, but I'm still learning, and I'm just teaching what I've learned on YouTube so far. So yeah, these are the two clips I'm going to be grading today. They're really different. The first one is a sort of low-key indoor shot, and the second one is a bright outdoor shot. They're both from my short on my channel if you want to check that out. And I shot them in Blackmagic RAW. So I'm gonna click on the color grading tab right here, and this is your workspace. So you grade things in nodes in DaVinci, which are basically just like different layers. Casey Ferris has a really good video on nodes if you want to check that out. But yeah, so I like to turn on the parade. Let me grade the other clip first. So I like to turn on the parade, which is basically just like a graph of your image, the different colors and how bright it is. So turn on extents, and then I like to bring the color all the way up. So at 0 is complete black, and then up here is complete white. So the first step I like to do is take my lift wheel in the primary color wheels, and then I like to balance out my black. So the very bottom part of the graph, I like to have that completely balanced. I think something like that is fine. And I'll go to my offset, the bar down here, and I'll just bring that all the way down so it's resting on the 0. I don't like to crush my blacks completely, but just having it rest on that line should be good. So you could do Command F and then Command D to see what it did. Obviously it made it a lot darker, way too dark, but we'll change that in a little bit, and I'll just label that darken. So I'm gonna add node and then add serial, and then node label, I'll label this one curves adjustment, and then I'm gonna add node, add serial, and then I'm gonna label this one vignette, and I'm gonna do the vignette first before I do the curves adjustment. So in the vignette node, go to your power window, and we're just gonna add a really quick vignette. It should be really subtle. Just darken the edges. Just darken the edges to sort of draw your audience's eye towards the center of the frame, towards your subject. So I like to have it out like that, and then feather it out. If you don't feather it out, I'll show you in a second, but you're going to click on this circle inside the square, this button right here, and basically what that does is any changes you make will be on the outside of the power window instead of the inside. So go to your primary color wheels and then turn the gain down. Not too much, but it should be really subtle, so you can see what that's doing. If you don't feather it out, if you keep it like that, then it's going to look something like that, like a telescope. You can see at the very bottom edge right there. It looks really weird, so you want to feather that out. And then I like to have it like that. That's a little much, so I'm just going to widen it out a little more. I think that looks pretty good. So obviously it's really dark, so we're going to go to our curves adjustment, and then let me just zoom in a little bit, and then click on the curves right here, this tab, and then in the middle, just make a point, and then just drag it up and down, and then to your own taste, just see what it needs. I think that should be fine. It obviously needs to be a lot brighter, and then just make another point in between two other points, and then just go up and down. I think that should be fine. I'll make another point right here. I think it should be up, and then you're just gonna make points throughout the graph to see what it needs, and just go up and down really slowly. I think that should be fine. That looks good. And then yeah, so Command D to see what it did, made it pop out a lot. I think that looks pretty good. So after vignette, I'm gonna add node, add serial, and then this one I'm gonna label colors. And then my opinion on colors is you should work with your director to figure out what colors sort of fit your narrative. For example, for this short, I made things really warm because I wanted things to seem sort of misleadingly cozy, because that sort of fit the narrative of the film. So for example, for this colors, if I want to make this cooler because it looks really warm right now, I go to the primaries, and then just in the gamma, just make things blue. Command D, you can see what it did. I'll just turn the gain out a little blue. If you want things to seem sort of cold, you can make it like that. It's really up to preference. That's a little much, but something like that could look good. Yeah. I think the vignette's a little strong, so let me just ease out. All right, that should be fine. And then the last node, add serial, label, and I'll just name this one adjustments. And then any adjustments I think I need to make, I'll just make them here. For example, I think he's a little dark, and I want to make him stand out, so I'll go to my power window, just make another power window like that, and then I'll just select him like that, feather it out, and then I'll just turn up the gain to make him brighter. So Command D, it's a little much. I'll move it to the shadow side of his face, like that, and just makes him a little bit brighter. But any small adjustments you want to make like that, I like to do it in this node. That makes a good difference, but something like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the process. I'm gonna grade the other clip now. I know I'm doing it really fast, but I'm just trying to show what the process really is. So what I like to do is I like to Command C, copy this whole entire grade, and then just paste it into this one. So obviously that looks really bad, but we're not gonna use that. I just like to have it organized like that. So the vignette, I Command D that, and then everything else, I just like to reset it like that. So I'm gonna start with the darken node again, go to the lift in the primary color wheels, and then just balance out the bottom parts of it like that. And then I'll take my offset and then bring that all the way down. I think that looks fine. Obviously it's really flat and dark, but yeah, so I'm gonna re-enable my vignette. You can see the difference it's making. And I'm gonna do my curves adjustment now. So go to the curves right here, take a point in the middle, just go up. I think it definitely needs to be up. Let's make another point and just go up and down slowly. Not slowly, but all right, that should be fine. And then here, I think it needs to be down like that. Make another point, and then you can just do as many points as you want, but I think that looks pretty good. This really helps, makes the image pop out. That should be fine. Command F and then Command D. That's before and that's after. It really changed the sky a lot. So I'm gonna go to my colors, and I think the sky needs to be more blue. So I'll go to my gain. The gain is the highlights, by the way, of the image, and I'll just make that more blue. Like something like that is fine. And then the adjustments, I think he definitely needs to be highlighted more. So I'll go to my power window. I was already doing stuff, but I'll make it a lot more. Go to my gain, just make it a lot brighter. That's a little much, but I'll bring it down, and then I'll make it smaller. Feather it out. That should look good. He stands out a lot more there. I'll make it a little bit brighter. But this node, I just like to make small adjustments. Actually, I think I could just make this the whole frame. That looks good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna highlight all this and then Command D. So that's before, and then that's after. And then this clip, I'll highlight all this. That's before, and then that's after. I know the grades aren't perfect, it's really rushed, but I'm just trying to show what the process looks like. Obviously, I'd take more time if I'm actually making a short, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this helped. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.